Take two.
You can't, because you can't. Okay. Early one Sunday morning, I woke, as I always do, to the sound of my mother's voice waking me up. And so I got out of bed, and I got ready for church, brushed my teeth, brushed my hair, and got ready to have to put the dress on that she had laid out for me, put my little girly tights on and my shoes, and I must have gotten ready early this morning because I remember starting to play with my toys in my room by myself, and all of a sudden I heard my parents arguing across the hallway. Their room was just across the hallway from mine. I heard them arguing, and then all of a sudden they were yelling at each other. And this wasn't the first time, nor would it be the last, that I played quietly in my room while my parents yelled at each other and screamed at each other in the other room. But this was just the beginning of a journey for me. The divorce of my parents. Through the divorce of my parents, through the adjustments that I had to make, I became stronger. Through the relationships that I sought and found, I became more independent. And through the promises that I made myself, I became determined. Through the adjustments that I had to make, my family, we all of a sudden we didn't have a whole lot of money for a lot of things, and we had to do without a lot of things, me and my brother and my sister. And that was okay. We dealt with it, we worked through it, and I had to take care of my sister a lot. My baby sister, she was 2, and I was 10, so I had to take care of her a lot. But that was okay, I didn't mind it too much. And also, eventually we had to pack up our stuff and we had to move from the house that we lived in at the time. We couldn't afford it anymore. And all of those things made me stronger. Also, the relationships that I developed or that I sought to replace that relationship that for my father and for my mother, because my mother was now so busy, she didn't have time for me, as much time for me, because she was raising 3 kids. So I felt like, I couldn't talk to my mom because she was too busy. My friends didn't understand. They were 10 like me. They didn't understand what I was going through. And eventually I found my Heavenly Father, and He became that father to me that I was missing. He taught me that it was okay to be independent and be dependent on people at the same time. And also, finally, I made a lot of promises to myself. I promised myself that I would take marriage seriously, that I wouldn't go into marriage lightly, that I didn't want my kids to have to share holidays like I did, to have to leave, on Christmas morning and go to my dad's when all I wanted to do was stay and play with my cousins. I didn't want my kids to have to go through that. I didn't want my kids to have to go through parents fighting. Now that my parents are divorced, not fighting with each other, they're sort of fighting through me and my brothers. So that was terrible. And but it made me more determined in my own life that I didn't want that to happen to my family. And through it all, through the adjustments that made me stronger, through the relationships that made me more independent, and through the promises that I made myself that made me more determined, all those things have made me who I am today.
Amen.